So welcome to part 2 of the short VIM series from Security Valley. And after the intro and installing all the dependencies and have done our basic configuration, we are now going to talk about the file or the file browser explorer behavior. So VIM has a built-in that it's called netrw or net read write. I don't know how to pronounce it right. And that is what we're going to use. There is a famous plugin, by the way, that is called Nerd Tree. I recommend to have a look or to figure that out, and after that decide what suits your needs or your workflow the best. Yeah, for me it's netrw. So to configure that, let's open our formerly created Vim RC file that we have created and add some configuration stuff here. There is on GitHub the official Security Valley account. There is one, at the moment there's one repository, that's the SecFil training repository. There's a folder Vim inside, and here's the Vim RC, and that it's my demonstration or the configuration file from my host system that you have seen in the first video. So let's start by copy and paste all the stuff from line 63 here to line 1 and discuss some configuration or some configuration properties here, and then have a deeper discussion about the netrw config block that it's here to add a file browser behavior to Vim. So I've copy and pasted that, get rid here of that test line, then I've copied and have written the file. So let's scroll up here a little bit and discuss some of the most important configurations here. I will not discuss or not going to discuss every configuration property here. I highly recommend to Google for it, to play around with it. So that was my way to learning that configuration stuff. So set number, I think that's quite obvious. That are the numbers here, or the number lines on the left. Then I've turned off the swap file with a tab stop from 4 spaces here, with no backups. That's an important configuration as it comes to later configurations, especially to the language server that can cause an issue. So that's the reason why. Then here we have I've decreased the update time from I think it's 4,000 to 500 milliseconds. So that means that the reaction of Vim is a little bit more faster. You could also decrease it more to 300. It's absolutely fine to have a value between 300 and 500. So that was the value that suits my personal needs the best. Then we have line breaks and smart indentation. We have split right and split below. That is important if we're going to discuss the window or the view splitting. That means if we split on the horizontal axis, we get a new view on the bottom of the screen, and if we split on the vertical axis, we get a new window on the right. And then we have syntax on and the file type plugin indentation on. And now the most interesting block here is the netrw configuration. So I have learned that configuration from this awesome block entry here. Make it a little bit bigger. That it's from shapeshed.com, Vim netrw. And here are some background stories. Here's a little bit comparison to Nerd Tree, and so on and so on. And you see you can open that in with that command here in the current window, or you can also have a horizontal or a vertical split and so on. There's one important configuration here, and you see the horizontal dashes here. Yeah? You can achieve that by the list style free. There are some more that you can figure out. Yeah, and I highly recommend read a little bit through here. Yeah, and play with some configuration properties here. So what we have configured here is also the list style free with banner of 0. So that means we don't want to see any banner. I'm sorry, we have a window size of 20, and with the RU or project drawer group here, we say VIM to run a command if we start VIM. And if VIM starts, we have the L explore command. So in the end, it is for us a way to toggle the appearance of the menu. That will appear. So let's change and close VIM, and let's reopen it and see if we see a file browser on the left. And you see how perfect our configuration works perfect. We can jump around here, enter some directories, and have a great navigation here. And with strgwl, we are able to jump to the right view or buffer and are in the in our main file that we have opened with VIM. So that is how you get a file browser in VIM. I hope you had fun in that video, and let's quickly figure out what is the next part. So in the next part we are going to talk about the plugin system with VIM plug, and we're going to install a fancy color theme and many more stuff that turns VIM more and more into a powerful development environment. So thank you for watching. We see us in the next part.